Geography, Environment and Mapping Series, GEM 6. First, so in this video we will start with question number 56, and from 1 to 55 we have already discussed in previous videos. So let us start with the first question number 56. The question number 56 is about the salinity of the ocean. So there are the 6 oceans mentioned. 6 oceans are given in the option, and you have to select the ocean or the sea which has the salinity normal, above normal, right? Normal salinity is generally 35 parts per thousand, so we have to choose the option which is above this. So there are some concepts of the salinity in the ocean. For example, if you see the 5 option here, some are lakes, some are open ocean, and some are closed ocean. For example, the North Sea. If you see the North Sea is the sea around the England Isles. But what happens in the North Sea, the NAD, North Atlantic Drift, this brings the salty waters from the tropical regions to this sea. So that means this sea has the more salinity, or the salinity above average. But if you see the Baltic Sea is the around the Norway, or the Sweden islands, Sweden and the Norway. So in this case, there is large melting of the glaciers, leading to fresh water inflow in this sea. So this means this ocean has the less salinity than the average salinity of the oceans. So this is not the option, but what is asking in the option? Higher salinity than average. So 2 is not the option. When 2 is not the option, D is out, 1 is out. So but if you see the remaining option, in case of the Red Sea, yes, Red Sea is having the salinity above average. Lake 1 is also having salinity above average. And the Lake Titicaca is in the end in mountains between the Bolivia and the Peru. So this lake also has the salinity above average. So all the options except 2 are the answer. So 1, 3, 4 and 5. So 1, 3, 4 and 5, C is the answer. See, there are some concepts of the salinity. For example, in the closed ocean or the lake, salinity is normally above the average salinity of the ocean. When there is fresh water inflow, then salinity will decrease. For example, in the Baltic Sea or in the Arctic Ocean. But whenever there is evaporation, again the salinity will increase. For example, at the 20 to 30 degree latitude, this area is having the highest salinity. But when you look at the tropics, that is 5 degree south to 5 degree north, in this case there is heavy clouding and the heavy precipitation. This leads to decrease in salinity. That means the salinity is not highest at the equators, but salinity is highest at the subtropical region. Okay, and it keeps on decreasing as you move towards the equators. These are some concepts with regard to the salinity. But as we see in this particular question, so except Baltic Sea, all the sea, North Sea, Red Sea, Lake 1 has the highest salinity, and Lake Titicaca. So this is the answer. These have the salinity above average, right? There are some other concepts also in the salinity. For example, wherever there is fresh water inflow, then the salinity will be less than average. For example, in the Black Sea, there are number of rivers which comes from the Europe and the Asiatic side. They fall in the Black Sea. So the Black Sea has salinity which is less than the average salinity. But when you on the same latitude of the Black Sea, there is Mediterranean Sea, but the Mediterranean Sea has the salinity above average because of the closeness of the Mediterranean Sea. This is the main reason. Also, the less number of rivers as compared to the Black Sea fall in the Mediterranean Sea. So these are the main reasons and the main concepts around the salinity of the ocean. So let's move to question number 57. So if you can also see the map here. This is the map here. So the red portion having the high salinity. So these are the subtropical regions instead of the main equatorial belt where is the heavy clouding and because of the ITCZ formation and the heavy precipitation. So this leads to decrease in the salinity. But in case of the tropical subtropical region, which are the horse latitude, okay, high pressure region, calm conditions, the salinity above average. You can also see the salinity is here 37, right? And as you move, the salinity keeps on decreasing towards the Arctic region. So this is the main region here. So question number 57. See, this question has already been asked in the prelims, UPSC prelims. So the question is about the coastal area and its significance. There is a coastal area in India where the seawater recedes, and seawater recedes sometimes up to 16 kilometers. That means you can literally walk on the continental shelf, on the sea surface. You can literally walk on that. So that is the statement which is mentioned, and you have to identify which is that beach in Indian coast where this happens. And this generally happens because of the low tide region, low tide. This is the main region, and this attracts large number of tourists just because of this characteristic. Which is that place you have to identify in this? So it's a pure factual question. If you know, you know. Otherwise, you have to skip it. So question, the answer is Chandipur. The answer is Chandipur in Odisha. In Odisha, this is the coastal region. So you see the map here, and this happens when the low tide comes or arrives in the Chandipur. This region is, you can literally walk or drive the car on this area, this sea shelf. So this was the question number 57. Move to question number 58. The question number 58 has also been asked in the UPSC. The question is about you have to identify the lake which is artificial lake among the following lakes. Okay, some are natural lake, three, but one is artificial. Which is that? So the answer is the Kodaikanal. There are not the man-made lakes, artificial lake. So Kodaikanal lake was made by the collector of Madurai in British time, during British era, right? British era. Kodaikanal is in Tamil Nadu. So this is the shape of the Kodaikanal here in the this star shape, right? And here is the Kodaikanal located in the Tamil Nadu. Okay, close to Madurai. So this was the question number 58. Move to question number 59 on mapping. Question number 59 is with regard to the peaks in the Himalayan region. Peaks in the Himalayas. You have to arrange the peaks from north to south. From north to south. There are some peaks given in the Great Himalayas. So number 1 is the Dholagiri. It is in Nepal. Mount Everest again in Nepal. Kanchenjunga in Sikkim, and the Nanda Devi in Uttarakhand. So you have to arrange these 4 peaks from north to south. So if you see the map, let me show you in this map. See in the map, here is the Nanda Devi somewhere here. Here Nanda Devi. Okay, this is Dholagiri. Okay, this is the Mount Everest, this one, and here is the Kanchenjunga. So the correct order from north to south is, first is the Nanda Devi peak, then is the Dholagiri peak, then is the Mount Everest, and last one is the Kanchenjunga. So this is the correct sequence. So answer would be, so first Dholagiri, first is the Nanda Devi 4, then Dholagiri 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 is the correct option. So this B is the correct choice in this question. So move to question number 60, next question. So the next question is about the Karevas. So what are Karevas? Karevas. These are the lacustrine deposits in Himalayas, in Himalayan valleys. What happened during the Pleistocene times? During Pleistocene times, the lakes which were formed between the Himalayan different ranges of the Himalayas were drained because of the heavy tectonic activity going on during this time. So these lakes were drained and the deposits were left behind, and these deposits are today known as the Karevas, and these Karevas are today rich fertile ground for the saffron cultivation in the Kashmir. Saffron cultivation. So this is the brief history about the Karevas and the Karevas. So they are the thick deposits of the glacial clay and the other materials embedded in the moraine. This statement is right. The next statement, the Kashmir Himalayas are famous for the Karevas formation. This is also correct. Kashmir Himalayas are famous for the Kareva formation. Large grounds of Kareva are there in between the Pir Panjal and the Ladakh ranges. The statement number 3, Kyle. Statement number 3 is different actually. It is not about on Karevas, it is about Kyle. Kyle are summer grasslands in the higher reaches of the Great Himalayas. This is wrong. Kyles are not the grasslands somewhere. Kyles are the backwaters. Now what are backwaters? These are mainly in the Kerala. For example, let us say this is the Kerala coast, for example. So this particular region of the Kerala coast is blocked by a sandbar, and the seawater keeps on entering through this small channel in this area. So this is known as the Kyle in Kerala. So Kyles are the backwaters of Kerala. So they are not grasslands. So 3 is wrong. So 1 and 2 are correct. So answer is A. So this is question number 60. Move to question number 61. 61 is again you have to arrange the hills from north to south, and the hills given are of the eastern Ghats. These are of eastern Ghats. Okay, the hills given are of eastern Ghats, and the hills are Nalamalli Hills, Pallakonda, Javdi, and Severo. Actually, they are arranged. This is the same series. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are the answers. So option is, let me show you on the map. So this if you see this, these are the here is the western Ghats, here is the eastern Ghats. If you see in the eastern Ghats, this is the Nalamalli Hills, this is Pellikonda, this is Javdi Hills, and this is Severo Hills last. So this is the correct choice here. Nalamalli, Pellikonda, Javdi, and Severo. So this is the correct choice in the question number 61. Move to question number 62. Question number 62 is again about some gaps in the western Ghats, right? So option number one is the Palaghat Gap, or Palakkad Gap as it is called also. Palaghat Gap is a mountain pass in the western Ghats. Up to this it is correct. Between Karnataka and Kerala, here it becomes wrong because it is not between Karnataka and Kerala. Palaghat Gap is between the Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Tamil Nadu and Kerala. More particularly in Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore, and in case of Kerala between Palaghat. So this is the pass between the Tamil Nadu and Kerala, not Karnataka and Kerala. Option number 2 is the Malda Gap. Malda Gap is a mountain pass between the Satpura and Vindhyan ranges. This statement is wrong because Malda Gap is a gap formed during the Pleistocene time. Let us say this is the Indian peninsula, and this is the here something like these are the Raj Mahal hills here, and this region is called as the Malda Gap between the Raj Mahal hills and the Meghalayan plateau. So between the Raj Mahal hills and the Meghalayan plateau is the present is the Malda Gap, and Malda Gap was filled by the deposits, by the sediments which were brought by the Brahmaputra river and the Ganga river during the Pleistocene and the post-Pleistocene time. So this is the main Garo Malda Gap as it is called. So it is not between Satpura and Vindhyan and Satpura are here in this region. So but Malda Gap is here. So this is actually wrong too. So 1 is also wrong, 2 is also wrong. So answer is D. So move to question number 63. Question number 63 is about the rivers. You have to identify the west flowing rivers among the given rivers. There are 6 river given. Okay, this is the Indian peninsula. This is the shape of India. Some rivers flow in the west-east direction, some rivers flow in the west direction. The west flowing rivers are short rivers. They are short rivers, swift rivers, right? Short and swift rivers. So they do not form delta. They form estuarine deltas. So they are fit for the port formation. Okay, so this is the main here. You have to identify which rivers are the west flowing rivers among the 6 given rivers. First is the Nayar. Yes, it flows in the Kerala here in Kerala. Johari river, it flows in the Goa. Here is the Goa, and it flows in the Goa state. Again Saravati, again in Goa. On the Saravati, famous fall Jog Fall is located. Jog Fall. Periyar river, again in Kerala. This again flows in Kerala in the western side. But Mahi and Pennar are not the west flowing river because Mahi river first flows to the northeast direction and then flows in this direction like this. So directly in the western side it does not flow. When it comes to Pennar is the east flowing river, not the west flowing river. So 5 and 6 are wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4 are correct. So A is the correct option in this. This was question number 63. Moving question number 64. 64 is about the again arrangement of hills. You have to arrange the hills from west to east. Arrangement of hills from west to east direction. This direction. The eastern Himalayas. So this is the shape of somewhere. The eastern Himalayas. And this Dafla Miri Abor Mismi. This Dafla is the here. Here is Miri. Here is Abor and here is Mismi. So this is Dafla hills. This is Dafla. This is Abor. This is Mismi. And this is Miri. So this is correct. Let me show you in the map. This here. This is the Dafla hills. This is Miri. this is Abor, and this is Mismi. Okay, so this is Dafla, Abor, Miri, and Mismi Hills. Sorry, this is Miri Hills. This is Miri, and this is Mismi. Right. So first one is the Dafla 3. Then you have Abor 1, 3, 1, Miri, and Mismi. So 3, 1, 2, and 4. 3, 1, 2, and 4. So C is the correct choice in this option. Moving to question number 65. Question number 65 is on this wetland. So let's see the question number 65. There are three wetlands given in this question: Harike, Kyolodogana, and the Koleru. And we have to identify the confluence. On the confluence of which river these three wetlands are located. So number one is the Harike wetland. It is in Punjab, located at the confluence of the Beas and Satluj river. So this is option is correct one. When it comes to question number 2, there is the Kyolodogana National Park. Kyolodogana National Park, it is in Bharatpur, Rajasthan. So it is not located at the confluence of Banas and Chambal. It is located at the confluence of Gambhir and Banganga river. Gambhir and Banganga river. Banganga. So this option is wrong. When it comes to Koleru river, Koleru is at the confluence of Musi and Krishna. This is wrong because Koleru is between, this is Godavari and this is Krishna. So Koleru lake is located in between the Godavari and Krishna, and this Koleru lake is the second largest freshwater lake of the world. Sorry, Asia. So this is the also wrong. Answer is A. Only one is correct. Beas and Satluj, and the confluence is the Harike wetland. This was a question number 65, and it is its explanation just. Right. The Harike is at the confluence of Beas and the Satluj. Koleru is at the confluence of the between the Godavari and Krishna, and Kyolodogana at the confluence of Gambhir and Banganga. This was a question number 65. Moving question number 66. Question number 66 is about the rivers. Again on rivers. So Mahanadi river passes through two states only. This statement is correct because Mahanadi passes through Chhattisgarh and Odisha. It originates in Chhattisgarh and then passes through Odisha. Betwa river is the tributary of Yamuna. Yes, Betwa river is tributary of Yamuna, but Betwa first meets the Chambal and then they both together meets the Yamuna. Godavari originates from Trimbakeshwar. Trimbakeshwar is, this statement is also correct, but Trimbakeshwar is one of the 12 Jyotirlingas, and it is famous for Shiv temple, Trimbakeshwar Shiv temple. So all three are correct. Godavari originates from Trimbakeshwar, Betwa tributary of Yamuna, Mahanadi passes through two states, Chhattisgarh and Odisha. So answer is D. Moving to question. So look at this map here. This one. This is Betwa river, and this is Yamuna. This is Ken, and this is Ken Betwa river, transferring the water of Ken to the Betwa river. Okay, and here is the Godavari river. This is Godavari. Here is Trimbakeshwar. This is Nandur, Madhmeshwar. This is the Ramsar wetland site, and this is the Godavari river. Its tributaries: Penganga, Vardha, Venganga, Indravati, and Manjira. So this is the Godavari river. Moving to the question number 67. Question number 67 is about the Western Ghats. Some feature, like, what is question? Which of the following factor is responsible for low rainfall in the eastern slopes of the Western Ghats? See, this is the peninsula. Okay, this is the Western Ghats. This is the Western Ghats here. Okay, this is Western Ghats. This is the western slope of Western Ghats. This is the eastern slope of Western Ghats. The question is why there is low rainfall in this region. The rainfall in this region is less than 60 centimeter, and this region is characterized by the dry savanna regions. Okay, dry savanna. Now, why there is less rainfall in this region? The main reason is the leeward location, because as the rain-bearing cloud enters the Indian Peninsula, they shed their moisture on the windward side. They send the moisture on the windward side of the Western Ghats. On the leeward side there is no moisture, hence there is the low rainfall in the leeward side. So the main reason is their leeward location. Right. This is the question number 67. Moving question number 68. Question number 68 is a factual question, and this data is mentioned on the IMD website. That what is the main reason or the main criteria for that used for describing the active southwest monsoon? The active southwest monsoon. Rainfall more than 4 times the normal. Rainfall more than 4 times the normal. This is not the criteria for active monsoon, active southwest monsoon. This is the criteria for vigorous monsoon. Vigorous monsoon. When rainfall is more than 4 centimeter, the average 4 times the normal, that is the criteria for vigorous. What is the criteria for active southwest monsoon? When the rainfall is between 1.5 times the normal up to 4 times the normal, that is the criteria for active southwest monsoon. So the first statement is wrong. The rainfall in at least 2 stations should be 5 centimeter if that subdivision is along the west coast, and 3 centimeter otherwise. So this statement is correct. The rainfall in that subdivision should be fairly widespread. This statement is also correct. So answer is 2 and 3. Let me show you the data actually. This is the data. The active monsoon, this is asked in the question. The rainfall is between 1.5 to 4 times the normal, right? Rainfall in at least 2 stations should be 5 centimeter if subdivision on the west coast, otherwise 3 centimeter. Okay, and rainfall should be widespread. This is for active monsoon. For vigorous monsoon, the rainfall is more than 4 times the normal. Rainfall is more than 4 times the normal, and the rainfall in at least 2 stations should be 8 centimeter if the subdivision is along the west coast, otherwise 5 centimeter. So this is the difference between active monsoon and the vigorous monsoon according to IMD. Moving to question number 69. Question number 69 is about the steppes. They are the grasslands. They are the temperate grasslands. Okay, and the features of the temperate grasslands, you have to identify some features. Number 1, they experience the seasonal extremes of temperature because of continental. This statement is correct. And they are the largest wheat growing areas of the world. This is also correct. Answer is C. So let us see the map of the steppes. This is the steppe region, extending from the Hungary plains up to the Baikal Lake. This is the region, main steppe region, highly mechanized belt of the wheat growing region, and advanced farming is done in this belt. So this is the region for the high yield and growth of the wheat farming in this region. Moving to question number 70. Question number 70 is a purely mapping based question, and the question is about the Assam state, Madhya Pradesh and Goa. It's saying that statement number 1, that Assam states share its border with 7 states only. 7 states only. This statement is correct. Madhya Pradesh shares its border with 5 states, and Goa shares with 2 states. Goa shares with the Karnataka and Maharashtra. Okay, 2 states. So this is wrong. 3 is wrong. So if 3 is wrong, this is wrong, this is gone, this is gone. Answer is A. Let me show in the map. See, about Madhya Pradesh, it shares border with the 5 states. 1, 2, 3, right, 4 and 5. This is the 5 states. When it comes to Assam, this is Assam. This is Assam. It shares border with the 7 states. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, 6 Meghalaya and 7 West Bengal. Okay, when it comes to Goa shares with 2 states, that is Karnataka and Maharashtra. So in this answer there would be the Goa. This would be wrong, and 1 and 2 is the correct. So this is the last question of this video. We have discussed questions up to 70, right? In this video we discussed from 55 to 70, and in the next videos we will continue with the same series. So this was the last question. Thank you. If you like the video, subscribe the channel. Thank you.